by my friend Jackson. And, obviously, we're going to be on Discord with each other. I might, for the sake of it, for you, I will put his logo on the screen so that you
What
know
up?
when he's talking. When he's talking, I'll put his logo on the screen and whatnot. So Jackson, this is WWE Summerslam live in New Jersey. You just told me some good news that you're actually going to be going to SummerSlam. 2 nights, it's
Yes.
going to be big. And as for people that have never seen my predictions before, here is what is happening. I make predictions, and who I think is going to win is who WWE booked to win, and who I want to win is my own personal opinion. The same with yours. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm excited to make predictions. I'm excited to go see the show. First ever two-night SummerSlam. This is the first time WWE is hosting a pay-per-view that is 2 nights other than WrestleMania. And I'm going to be there live in Jersey. It's going to be great. I say let's get to the prediction.
All right, here we go. I'm going to put up the night one. Well, first of all, I'm going to put up a picture of the first one to predict, which I don't even know which night it is. Then we'll move on from there. On to the first one. And we're back, and Jackson, are you ready for this TLC Tables, Ladders, and Chairs match for the WWE Tag Team Championship being defended by the Wyatt Six?
Yes, and they will go up against Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, the Street Profits, Fraxium, and we have an odd team in this match, Ray Phoenix and Andrade. I mean, I'm happy that they're here. It gives them something to do. But I mean, let's be honest, we don't really need any more teams on SmackDown. But hey ho, it is what it is. Who do we think is going to? Who do we want to win? But who do we think WWE has booked to win? Me personally, I think the White Six are going to hold the titles for a while. But one thing you guys will know about me, I'm a big NXT fan, and I support as NXT Tag Team Champions. I would love to see them win, but I think they're going to keep the titles on the Wyatts.
That's a very bold prediction, and for me, I'm gonna stick with the Wyatt Six, as you said. I think it will be them, but I want DIY. Now it's got Saturday and Sunday because we don't actually know when that's gonna take place. Now, if I could make a prediction on when it's going to take place, I think if anything, no matter when it's going to be, I personally think it'll be on Saturday, and it'll be the first match. It'll be a banger of a first match on no matter where it takes place. But me personally, I'd say Saturday, but Sunday is like it feels like Sunday is like the main event. It's like the Super Bowl, and Saturday is the Stanley Cup. It's like you got
Yeah.
so yeah. I think my predictions that this match will be first match we see of SummerSlam. Bish Bash Bosh. Sorry for the Mexican destroyers that I'm calling Andrade and Ray Phoenix. Sorry Fraxium. Sorry Street Profits. Sorry Emoty City Machine Gun. And sorry to DIY. But the Wyatt Six will win this because of some shenanigans. But hey ho, that's just the first match. And on the screen in just a minute, I'm going to put each match that is going to be taking place on a Saturday. Let's do this.
Alright, these are all the matches for SummerSlam Night 1 Saturday on the screen, and we are going to go through all of them, and we are going to say who we think will win, and who we want to win. The first match, just to get out of the way,
I just want to point
when
out
we
we're going to go from left to right. So we're going to go top left, middle left, bottom left, then top right, bottom right, like that. Just so that you know.
Alright, sounds good. Then the first match will be Sami Zayn versus Karrion Cross. Now, we all saw Sami Zayn beat Cross at Night of Champions. We all saw Cross beat Sami on Raw. We've all seen every week where Cross has been injuring Zayn, attacking him with the steel pipe. That's why I think there should be at least an I Quit match or something of a stipulation. I don't know why it's just a normal one-on-one, but hey ho, it is what it is. I want Sammy to win. I think what's going to happen, it's going to be a similar situation of Survivor of Elimination Chamber where he's going to get his ass kicked. And then that underdog is going to start kicking in. He's going to fight back, start kicking out at one, but ultimately Cross will win.
Yeah, I will say I 100% agree with you here, but a little bit of a difference. I do think it should have been something like an I Quit match or something of the hardcore extreme part of wrestling, but it's not. It's just a regular singles match. Now, what I would like to see is Karrion Cross take him to the limit and say, and just don't, because here's the thing, he has beaten Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn has beaten Karrion Cross. I want it to get to the point where he doesn't care about winning. He beats him down on the outside, only to interrupt the referee's 10 count. He picks up a weapon and he gives it to Sami Zayn. He begs him to use it on him. It could be in the ring, or outside of whatever. Sami Zayn, obviously being the babyface that he is, he's like, nope. And that's where Gary Cross will just beat the shit out of him. There won't. I personally think what is going to happen here, there won't be a winner. But if I
I
have to
like
pick a
that.
winner, I want Karrion Cross to win, and I want that heel turn from Sami Zayn to happen. But I think it'll be Sami Zayn. So yeah, I'd love a beatdown to happen so that
Yeah, I
Karrion
like
Cross can get
that.
over. I want I want Sami Zayn to go, you know what, you're right, okay? Fine, I said it. Whether he means it or not, that'll be down for us to decide. So yeah, carrying across for the win, but I think it'll be Sami Zayn. I was the next one, which is of course the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match as the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, the Judgment Day of Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez defend their titles against Charlotte Flair. Woo! And little Miss Bliss, Alexa Bliss. Now, Jackson, let me tell you, as much as I don't like Charlotte Flair, and I love Alexa Bliss enough both to have them have the titles, I actually want the Judgment Day to win here just to prove that, hey, just because Liv Morgan's been taken out doesn't mean that she can't. She's not being replaced. Okay? She's injured, and Roxanne is trying to prove herself here. She's proven herself enough, and in fact, I think uh, Roxanne has definitely proven herself a little bit more too Rodriguez. Rodriguez is actually, you know what, she's doing really well. Now, it's an even type matchup. You got Charlotte Flair, who must be like 5'9", 5'10", and you got the same for Raquel, might be 5'10", 5'11", so, and Alexa's 5 foot nothing, and the same with Roxanne. So it's a very even playing field, but yeah, for me, I think it's going to be Alexa and Charlotte, but I want it to be the Judgment Day. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, mine is somewhat similar. As much as I love Alexa Bliss and I would love to see her hold the title, even if it is the women's tag titles, it is Charlotte Flair's her partner, and I don't like Charlotte Flair. She does not deserve another title or title match for that matter. But I feel like if Judgment Day lose, it would also help like the storyline make things more interesting and have them arguing. But and then I got to more thinking, it doesn't matter if they lose the title and they constantly argue, and Raquel doesn't like Roxanne. They're not going to break up because they've been arguing for the longest time, ever since the faction started, and they haven't broken up yet. Like Finn Balor said on Raw, everyone said the Judgment Day was going to implode after Rhea and Damien left. But look at us, we have all the titles. And like everyone's starting to warm up to them now, like entertainment wise. So I'm just gonna have to go with Judgment Day. But I also wouldn't be too upset if Alexa and Charlotte won the titles either.
Oh, glad to see we're both on the same page for that one. But what about the next match on the bottom left here? Do you want to take it from here for that one?
Yeah, the Queen of the Ring, I can't even speak. The Queen of the Ring winner, Jade Cargill, challenging Tiffany Stratton for the WWE Women's Championship. Now, when Naomi won Money in the Bank, my initial prediction was none of these women were going to win. Naomi was going to cash in and steal the WWE Women's title, but Naomi cashed in on the Women's World title, finally. WWE did something unpredictable, but we'll get to that match later. Um, Jade Cargill is very powerful. I feel like people have been underestimating her since her debut, saying, oh, she can't even wrestle a tag match. Well, no, I don't see it that way. I just got used to Jade Cargill because I was an AEW fan. But Tiffy Time, she's been on top. She's defeated Nia Jackson, last woman standing. I feel like if she can do that, she can beat Jade Cargill. So I would like to see Jade, but I think it's going to be Tiffy Time.
Hmm. I would have to say now I'm slightly warming up to Jade Cargill as well, but they've done these King of the Ring tournaments and Queen of the Ring tournaments that mean nothing. It should turn into the SummerSlam tournament, where the winner gets to face the champion of their choosing at SummerSlam. But I love how we've had Tiffy times ever since she's cashed in the Money in the Bank, and she's been on a roll even before then. I'm sticking with my guns and I say I think it'll be Tiffany Stratton, but shockingly, this is going to sound surprising. I want Jade Cargill because she deserves a chance to become a women's champion now that she's finally made it. And also, Jackson, I've just come to realize I think we're missing a match. So after we've made these predictions, I'm going to put a match up on the screen because I swear there's one that's missing, but I'm going to go out of order here. I'm going to change it around and go to the one that's next to them on the right hand side on the bottom because this one's a little bit less important compared to the one that's above it, and that is Jelly Roll teaming up with Randy Orton, taking it on Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. And yes, Drew McIntyre is back in the United States because the WWE sent him and his wife a private WWE jet to come and collect him.
Oh, really? They did?
Which
Like, this
is,
isn't, like, that's a genuine question. Did they really?
yeah, this they really did do that. I saw that on, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that was on either
I
Facebook
genuinely, I
or
genuinely
Instagram.
didn't know that.
Yeah, they did that. They did that. I saw it on their Instagram post.
All right,
So,
well, that's good news. All right. Okay, we can continue.
so yeah, I have always been a big fan of Randy Orton. Now, I don't listen to Jelly Roll's music, so I can't really judge. I've only seen him twice. Maybe when I say twice, I
Yeah.
mean once at WrestleMania when he chokes them Austin Theory, and now that he's been going off the Paul. But considering that he hates Logan Paul, I want them to win, obviously. Now, do I think that means I think that Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre's going to win? It would make for good storytelling because, Drew McIntyre's finally getting another win and Logan Paul is being hated by everybody. So that's what I'm going to stick with. Jelly Roll, I hope, gets in there, beats the shit out of Logan Paul, and it'll be great to see it. But unfortunately, I don't think that's how it's going to go. I think that. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's I've noticed something really interesting here. I'll talk about that in a second, Jackson. Well, actually, I'll mention it here. In each of the pictures, have you noticed that the blue side has the baby faces, and on the red side it has the heels, and yet we got Alexa Bliss that and Charlotte Flair that on the red side, and Judgment Day are on the blue as the baby faces. And the same thing with Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton. I know they're both baby
I,
faces there, so we can't really decide, but Tiffany Stratton
yeah.
is more popular than Jade Cargill. I
That
wonder what that's all about. But going back to that match, Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. Like I said, I want Team RK Roll, and I think it's going to be Mac and Paul.
what did you just call them?
Okay, your turn.
Um, God, man, I'm honestly hand in hand with this match. I mean, I, the only way I see Randy Orton and Jelly Roll match is because Jelly Roll is a celebrity, and this is probably going to be his one and only appearance in the ring. But ultimately, I think it could be Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. Be- because if they win, it'll just help boost their hockey egos. Like Drew's finally getting a win, like you said, Logan Paul being hated by everyone, and he just beat the shit out of a fan loved celebrity. But here's what I think could happen: Logan Paul beats the shit out of Jelly Roll, but Drew McIntyre takes the pin, like off of an RKO by Randy Orton, and then Randy Orton and Jelly Roll win, but Drew gets pinned, and then we could see like kind of a reenaction of WrestleMania 38, like how when his hit Logan Paul with the skull crushing finale. I feel like after the match, Logan Paul could like knock out Drew McIntyre or something like that.
Well, that's an interesting thought. So, are you saying you want Randy and Jelly Roll?
I want it to be Logan and Drew, but I think it'll be Randy Orton and Jelly Roll.
Fair, fair. Now, from one tag team match to another, we've got Team Yeet OTC against the big Bronson brothers. The big Bronson Breakers. I don't know what to call them. Anyway, I think it's the Vision. Actually, it's a Vision versus the OTCs. I don't know what to call them. Anyway, go ahead.
It's the
You
OG,
make your first
the
picks.
Bloodline versus Division. There you go.
There you go.
Now,
Go ahead. Make your predictions on this one, Jackson.
the Bloodline versus the Vision. Now, originally, I would go. If this was a few weeks ago, I would have said the Bloodline, but we did see on Raw that Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed did beat the ever loving shit out of Jey Uso and Roman Reigns, and I honestly, this one is super hard because I feel like everyone is underestimating Jey Uso and Roman Reigns, but you know, Braun and Bronson have been getting really powerful since the faction formed. I want it to be the Bloodline, but I think it's going to be the Vision.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one to say the least. Now, I agree with you, Jackson. Because I love Jey Uso and I love Roman Reigns, and those two are big main eventers. But if we're going into this new vision, they need to win. So
Yeah,
I
and
doubt they will because Roman wins low. That's all I can say about that. Uh, but so it's a tricky one, like you said. But for me, it's not tricky enough. I think it will be Jey Uso and Roman Reigns, but I want Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed
yeah,
in on to win
and
the
I like
SummerSlam. That is
if
my
the Vision
predictions
wins, I
for
feel
night
like
one. But
if the Vision do get the win, I want to see Braun Breaker pin Roman Reigns.
that is what I'd like to see too. But that is for night one predictions. I will go into night two in just a bit. But I just noticed there is on a match that I'm not too sure if I saved it or not. We're gonna be right back in one. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we do apologize. This is another match that which obviously is taking place I saw it, did not see it on the original WWE.com, but here it is. It is the main event of Saturday. It is the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther defending his World Heavyweight Championship against C. Montgomery Punk. No, I'm joking. CM Punk, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to make my predictions quick and easy here. After beating Goldberg in his hometown, the Saturday night's main event, and having it successful after winning the championship back after beating Jey Uso. He's actually been on a reign of terror again for the second time as World Heavyweight Champion. I don't think that he's going to lose here at SummerSlam. Sorry, Phil, but you're going night night. The only person that's going to sleep is you, because you're going to be put into that chokehold, that sleeper hold. Oh, yes. Gunther, in my opinion, is going to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. Do I want him to win? No. But I do think he's going to win. So, yeah, I think it's going to be Gunther, and I want it to be CM Punk.
Now,
All right, Jackson, your turn
yeah.
to make these predictions.
Before I make my actual prediction, obviously, I just want to say I don't even know why they took the title off of Jey Uso. I don't think it would logically make sense to drop the title off Gunther right after putting it back on him. But I want CM Punk to win, and I think he's going to win for two reasons. CM Punk is going to win the World Heavyweight Championship. He's going to have his moment at SummerSlam. He's going to complete his goal of winning a world title again in WWE. And then Seth Rollins is going to walk down to the ring in crutches. Paul Heyman will come down with him holding the Money in the Bank briefcase. CM Punk will be laughing at Seth because he sees him in crutches. Seth will get into the ring, attack Punk with the crutches. Paul Heyman will hand the referee the briefcase. Cash in. Rollins wins the title. Punk loses it within seconds.
That's a very interesting outcome. To be fair, it could have been a faked injury all this time, or it could be a real one. Where, as I sent you privately at one point yesterday, what if Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker come down the aisle after their victory against Roman Reigns and Uso and beat the shit out of CM Punk? And because let's flip the script, let's say it is a real injury, and they beat the shit out of CM Punk, and then Seth Rollins cashes in, going for the pin because getting down, or just putting his foot on him, that's a huge humiliation. Because getting down and getting back up is pretty hard to do. So put your foot on him, after 5 fucking tsunamis and a spear. You ain't getting up from that. That's what I think should happen. But hey ho, let's make our predictions for night 2. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is night 2. The predictions for SummerSlam night 2 on Sunday. We're going to start off with the top left now, and go ahead, Jackson. Let's make these predictions.
Starting off with Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu in a steel cage match, a rematch from Night of Champions for the United States title. Now, I would love it to be Jacob because I feel like his reign as United States champion was way too short. I feel like we could get some interference from Solo and his MFPs, JC Mateo, Tongaloa, Talatonga. I feel like Jimmy Uso could come down to the ring to help out too. Like I said, I want it to be Jacob, but I think it could be Solo. I feel like they could have his reign be a little bit longer.
Yeah, I can see Jacob Fatu beating the shit out of Solo Sikoa. And here's what I think is going to happen, okay? There will be interference. There will be this interference to have, from, all of the BFTs, the little, I know his actual name. You have to remind me though. Well, I'm gonna call
My
him the
family tree.
Wish.com Rhino. He'll come
My family
stumbling
tree.
down with Tongaloa first to try and help Solo escape.
MF,
But then
MF,
here comes
I am
Furiosa to even up the odds with a steel chair. He takes them two out.
you.
Then
Yeah.
here comes the big man. Who, he's
Yeah.
climbing the cage, and of course Jacob Fatu. He's probably using
MFT
his
stands for my
headbutts
family.
and beat the shit out of him. He'll fall down or whatever. And you know what? It'll come down. It'll be the moonsault, and he'll hit that the move that he uses, the Impaler DDT, and hit the moonsault. He'll think about pinning him, but he'll be like, nah, I'm gonna leave you to dead. I'm gonna exit the cage. And you know what? the We'll see the cage door hit Jacob Fatu's face. We won't see who did it, except he'll be this guy in another fucking hoodie, and then he enters the ring with a steel chair, grabs the steel chair, passes it to Solo Sikoa, and it's no other than Tama Tonga returning. And
Yeah,
they
I like
wail
that.
away at Jacob Fatu, and then Solo hits him with a Samoan spike, and they pin. It's a pinfall. They don't escape.
Yeah.
It's a pinfall in the middle of the ring, and that's the end of the match. And that's why I think it'll be
You
Solo
can hear me,
Sikoa,
right?
but I want it to be Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
Two
You can
big
hear me, right?
rivalries, two brothers and cousins
Can you hear me right now?
going at it in that match. But do you know who isn't family related? Dominic and AJ Styles, but it's another great rivalry for the Intercontinental Championship as Dominic Mysterio defends his title against AJ Styles. Now, I'm warming up to Dominic Mysterio, and I generally would love to see him lie, cheat, and steal his way in this matchup, whether it be using Eddie Guerrero's chair tactic or a low blow or something like that to cheat to win. Because I generally want to see him to do that because I think he's going to be outnumbered. AJ Styles is going to have this number. I think there'll be some interference from the Judgment Day that they'll fail, and AJ Styles will come to the point where he's about to hit the phenomenal forearm, but he hits the referee. That's when Finn Balor passes in the chair, but again, like before, it slides away a little bit too far.
Yeah.
And of course,
Can you hear me right
AJ
now?
Styles, he has the opportunity to use it on Dominic, and Dominic is pleading with him and everything like that. But then, and all there's AJ puts the chair down. He's like, "No, I'm not gonna do that." Bang! Low blow. After AJ Styles tries to go for it, and he's waiting on the floor because it's gonna hurt. Dominic gets on the top rope, hits the frog splash, pins AJ Styles in the middle of the ring. That's who I think is gonna win. I think it'll be Dominic Mysterio, and I want Dominic Mysterio to win that one.
Alright, can you hear me?
Now, for you, Jackson. Oh dear. Oh, he's back.
Daniel, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Alright, I was making sure, like, you couldn't hear me for a while. I was trying to talk, but, like, you kept talking over me, but you couldn't hear me anyway. So, with this, I didn't get. Okay, so with this match, right? Originally, we were supposed to see this match take place at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia, but that didn't happen. I think the original plan was for Dominic to retain at Night of Champions. It could have been something like, it could have been like a count out victory, Judgment Day interference, or he would like throw their chair to AJ, then he would come to the floor like Eddie, and then we would have this match at SummerSlam where AJ would win the title because he pinned Dominic clean on Raw. I like the idea of there being Judgment Day interference, but they fail and AJ wins the title. I think Dominic might win because it might be a count out. He might use the chair method that Eddie used. like distraction, but I'm desperate to have to see AJ with another title reign. So I'm gonna give a slight edge to Dom. I think it could be him, but I'm desperate for AJ.
Sounds good to me, buddy. Now, obviously, the next two matches on the women's matches, and I kind of want to speed run these ones, just because one,
Yeah,
all know what's going to happen with the triple threat match, and we are just bored to death with Lyra versus Becky, and so
boring,
I'm gonna
boring.
exactly. So I'm going to speed run through it very quickly. I'm going to change it up a bit by doing the boring match first and the more exciting match second. We all know that, and let's face it, Jackson, we both know Becky's going to retain here, whether it's through some shenanigans or whatever. I don't want to see a double champion like a two-time champion just yet, so I think it'll be Becky. I don't know. I kind of want Myra to win, but I kind of don't. So realistically, because I want Becky to have a longer title reign, I'm gonna say I think Becky, and I want Becky to win.
Yeah, I think Becky's gonna win, and I want Becky to win. But the same reason as you, because I don't want to see another double champion. Yeah, because the title just debuted back in January. And another reason why, if Lana Valkyria loses, she can no longer challenge for the title as long as Becky remains champion. If Lyra wins the title, that stipulation doesn't apply to Becky. She could still face Lyra, and then we could still keep seeing this match. So I want Becky to win just for the purpose of, hey, she wins, yay, we don't have to see this match happen anymore. I mean, at least they're making no DQ and no count out, but still, I mean, come on. What more can you do? We've already seen these women face 4 times.
Yeah, exactly. But we're going to move it on now to the more exciting match in the triple threat match. Now, let's face it, Jackson. We both know these triple threat matches are bangers after bangers after bangers, and you don't. We always see it. We see the heel getting beaten up by the baby faces. Then the baby faces face up against each other. The heel comes back in at the last minute, steals the victory, and that's exactly what I think is going to happen. We'll have a Riptide from Rhea Ripley, either whether it's the normal Riptide or an Avalanche Riptide. She'll finally get that one, two pulled away before even getting a chance to pin her, and Naomi will pin the Io Sky in order to retain her championship. I don't like the idea of that happening, but this is my prediction. Sorry, Io, I'm not gonna pick you because I don't necessarily. You've already been the champion multiple occasions. I just like Mummy more, so because I'm a sip, fuck it. Yeah, I'm picking Rhea. I think she's gonna win out of the
Yeah,
three. Even though Yomi's only just cashed in, if I know WWE, they'll give it to her. But
yeah,
because I want to see a longer title reign. I want
yeah,
Naomi to win, and I'm loving what they're doing with Naomi at the moment. What do you
yeah.
think, Jackson?
Yeah, Naomi is not dropping the title anytime soon. I think it's going to be Naomi. I want it to be Naomi. I mean, my prediction was identical to yours. Rhea and Io are going to take out Naomi to its one-on-one, and then every time Naomi tries to sneak into the ring, they stop it from happening and then continue to beat each other up. Rhea's going to hit the Riptide or the Avalanche Riptide. She's finally going to have the moment where she will finally and beat Io Sky for the first time in her career. She gets it to Naomi will stop it from happening. Take out Rhea, and then pin Io herself.
Yeah. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to move on to the main event of SummerSlam, the closing show, the last match of the
Yes.
show, the closing match of SummerSlam, the last match that you're going to see before SummerSlam goes off the air completely is this match. The WWE Champion John Cena, 17, unseen 17, do 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 do. John Cena sucks. or does he? You know, like, fist if you can't see me, man. If there's a reference for you, Jackson. I see.
Keep in
This
mind,
is all wailing on the fact that
keep
people
in mind
think
that
it's
this
going to be
match
a
is a
double
street.
turn because, like I said earlier, notice on the fact that the blue is the good babyface teams,
Keep in mind, Daniel, that this
which
match is a street fight.
yeah, it's a street fight, and but it John Cena is all about consent. He, you know, that is one thing. That man, he will say, hey. If you want my picture, you want videos, sign autographs, I'll do it. Just ask me first. Speaking of autographs, you know, his signature, you'll recognize it no matter where you go. He did not sign that contract on SmackDown.
Cody did.
That was Cody Rhodes forcing him to sign it. And I feel like that's going to come into play. So on Monday Night Raw or even on the same night, something's going to go down. So I don't like the fact that Cody
Yeah.
Rhodes forced his signature. I feel like there's going to be a double turn. The last time we saw a double turn, in my books, was when Stone Cold Steve Austin uh, and Bret Hart faced each other in a submission match. At the end, it was Bret Hart turning heel, and Stone Cold's resiliency, not giving up and passing out, that made him into the babyface. I think they're
Yeah.
both going to beat the shit out of each other in the extreme world of a street fight. But you know what? I think now. Obviously, Cody says, "I want to see the old John Cena. I want to see running down my ring. I want to see you throw that towel and your cap into the crowd and blah blah blah." You know, but you know what I would like to see? Cody Rhodes doesn't even let the bell ring. I think he should attack John Cena before he even gets a chance to enter. That's just me.
Yeah.
But at the end of the night, me and Jackson have the same feeling that a certain final boss is going to appear and he's going to screw John Cena
Yeah.
over and he's going to help Cody Rhodes win. So, with that being
Yeah.
said, this is a hard decision to make. I never thought I would vote for heel John Cena, but here we are. I think it'll be Cody Rhodes, but I want John Cena because I'm loving this new heel persona of John Cena, and it's his
Yeah.
farewell tour. So you know, I've always been a John Cena fan, even when he's been a
Yeah.
heel, including now. So
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes, big fanboy yourself, Jackson. Go ahead.
Well, I do agree with you when you say that Cena is a big fan of consent. He didn't sign the contract himself. If he loses the title, that'll play a big part in his effort, and it'll continue the rivalry and the storyline. But Cody won King of the Ring. He deserved the title match. The title match was promised. It was guaranteed. So I feel like he had no choice but to do that because he was promised this match. It was a guaranteed because he won the King of the Ring tournament. And so I think what could happen is because it's no DQ, a way Cody Rhodes could win is that maybe throughout the match, John Cena finally starts listening to the crowd. He possibly turns babyface and he's like, "Listen, man, I'm sorry." He apologizes. All that shit. Listen to the fans. This is about them. I was wrong. All that shit. You know how it is. We all know, like the gist of what he could say, and then he probably could go for that handshake and then goes for the hug, and then the final boss comes out, and then he does the hand motion. Cody hits the low blow, whacks him with the title, and then wins it. Or maybe there's no interference from the final boss, and Cody still wins that way. I don't know. Maybe The Rock comes in, hits Cena with the rock bottom. Interference or not, I want Cody to win, and I think it'll be Cody. That way, we can possibly see that way we can get a heel Cody Rhodes. We can see John Cena finish the retirement tour as a face. Maybe If Cena loses, he could use the consent thing on Raw, and maybe we get a third match between Cody and Cena. I don't know. But like going back to AJ Styles winning the Intercontinental Championship, I feel like he needs to win. That way we could see Cena versus Styles one last time for the Intercontinental title, and Cena walks out with a Grand Slam victory. Ultimately, Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm. But speaking of John Cena's farewell tour, now, like I said, me and Jackson, we spoke to each other privately before we did this recording to discuss of how we're going to make this, and we discovered we broke the code. Ain't that right, Jackson?
Oh my gosh, yes, I forgot about this. So, for those of you who don't know, John Cena's last match in WWE will be at Saturday Night's Main Event in December, and it'll be in his hometown of Boston, Massachusetts.
Yeah,
And the la-
even though technically, sorry for interrupting, he's from West Newbury, he's supposed to be in Massachusetts. We get the idea here, so go ahead, explain more.
and keep in mind, the last person we saw have a retirement match in their hometown. In general, it so happened to be a Saturday Night's Main Event. It was Goldberg, and he took on Gunther. Gunther already has history of retiring people at Saturday Night's Main Event in their home crowd, so we think Gunther could carry the World Heavyweight Championship into December. And then we could see World Heavyweight title match John Cena versus Gunther at Saturday Night's Main Event in Boston. Gunther chokes Cena out, and then the Raw after, he could give his farewell speech.
Yeah, and be inducted into the 2026 Hall of Fame. That concludes the WWE Summerslam predictions live in New Jersey, both night one and night two. I am Daniel, and this has been Jackson. I'd like to say, let me know who you think is going to win in the comment section below, and I will review both nights one and night two very soon. And all I can say is, it is a goodbye from me
And a goodbye from me.
and for him. Yep. And yeah, let's get Summer Slam over with. Let's do it. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this one, then feel free to watch the previous one. And if you want to watch the playlist, then click on the playlist that's on the screen now. Also, feel free to like, share, and subscribe.